What is up, everyone? Today we have this Harmony EM2500. It is dirty. Yeah, it was abandoned and definitely looks like it. Father-in-law found it at his work. He was excited for a 2500 watt generator. I unfortunately had to tell him it's not 2500s. Its output is 2.5K, but its rated output's 23. So it's actually 2300, but you know, whatever. It's pretty good of a machine for free. So it will run if you put starting fluid down it. We've already tested that. There's oil, all that. Oil actually looks pretty clean. So he's going to change the oil. He has a completely different plan for this machine. So I'm not going to change the oil. I was going to do getting it working and make sure it's making good power. So he bought a carburetor off of Amazon. I'm not usually a fan of doing that when I don't have to for generators, because some of them can be a little not good. But you know, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I suppose we should at least take a look at it. It's actually the next day, and I spoke with my father-in-law, a little bit more questions, and apparently the fuel in the tank was completely empty and clean. He blew it out with an air compressor. He didn't see anything, nothing really came out, so the fuel should be clean and new. He said he actually just went to the gas station like a week or two ago. I should know, I was with him. So the fuel is good to go. Other than that, I think we're just gonna take a look. Actually, before we do that, I don't remember if I took this off. I did, okay. So I do remember the filter now. Yes, because we had to start it with starting fluid. It's all coming back to me. These are not the easiest to put back together. It's kind of like a interesting little puzzle you have to do. And at the end, we will be doing a new fuel pump as well, kind of future-proofing it. I asked if he just wanted me to give him the fuel pump, and he's like, no, I don't really know how to put it on. I don't want to. Just put it on. There we go. He's a pretty smart individual mechanically, so I'm sure if worse came to worse, he could do it, but speaking of Mexico, I will be there in a couple of weeks, and luckily for me, Mother Nature has decided to grace me with the weather 2 weeks in advance, because it is like 90 degrees. It is uber humid. Like, I don't even know what the amount is, but just incredibly humid. Fuel lines, if you take your pair of pliers and twist them on the fuel line, it usually makes taking them off significantly easier. This one even has a little clip. That clip did nothing. Okay, I thought the spring broke. It did not. Let's take this off. Okay. We got the goods. Here's the goods. Let's take a look at what we have in comparison. Throttle looks exactly the same, so that's good. The choke, spring, I don't think this has a spring. It does not have a spring. You know what? I think I'm going to use this on a different machine. I'm going to get my air compressor started so I can blow off some of that nonsense, and then we'll be back. Got it nice and clean on the outside, well, more or less. Gonna see what we have to do here. Now, for those of you wondering why I'm not cleaning the machine, my father-in-law is doing that. Don't know if I mentioned that already. You're looking for a pristine machine at the end? No. I will let him do that. Oh my god. That was abandoned for years. Wow, okay. This is turning out to be a whole lot easier, which I'm glad about because I don't want to worry about that jet. Excuse me, the replacement carb. This generator doesn't really have an idle feature, so I'm just going to take that off. But if you look at it, usually they're, see where the threads are clean compared to dirty? That's where you need to put it in. There's a joke in there. So, fun fact of the day. Oh yes, this. I used to grind this off or cut it off and take out that jet. Over the course of years of doing that and not doing that, I realize it's not 100% necessary unless you have a run problem afterwards. If you don't have a run problem afterwards, then don't bother. We do need to take out the jet and the emulsion tube. That came out insanely easily. Yeah, there's no carburetor replacement needed on this one, that is for sure. Maybe we could use these. Will the emulsion tube come out? I hear it shaking in there. Okay, time to get out the special tool. That special tool being a useless set of these little Allens that I got at a yard sale because 3 of them were missing and I got it for like $0.25. Do I use the other ones? No. I think I might have used the big ones. I already have others, so I don't need to do it. I'm gonna throw this in my ultrasonic cleaner. If you don't have one, you take carb spray, you clean in there, you clean out the jet, but I'll show you the rest of it. But you just clean everything up. There's really nothing except for this bowl seal you have to worry about. Just try not to get it too saturated, but that's about it. And we have it done. So these gold carburetors, I forget exactly what makes them different, probably the material, but they are very good. So if you can, try to save them. I looked it up a long time ago, but you know, carburetors are different. Memories fade, especially mine. That jet may be a little plugged. So this is just a little micro drill bit with basically the smallest drill bit I have for it. No, it went right in. I think I was just on the side. But we want to make sure. I did blow out all the passages with my air compressor, so that should be completely fine now. And I realized as soon as I took out the carburetor, I didn't put the bowl in the cleaner, but that could be my father-in-law's problem. Okie dokie. We have emulsion tube. Let's do it like this. Through all the holes. I've already done that. Goes in like so. Same thing with a jet. You want to make sure you can see through it. See? See how it's just nice and round? Hopefully. You need to make sure it's round. If it's not, then you're going to have a run issue. At the very least, it's going to run lean. Probably will have to run it with choke on. Going to seat this thoroughly, not too hard, but thoroughly. There. And now, not that. A little smudge on it. Clean it up. There's no dirt or anything on it. There we are. For our bowl, the drain is almost always on the opposite end of the inlet. I take a few shortcuts here and there, but this is one I don't really like to take. I mean, I will, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do it every single time, but always just hand tighten it. Not something an impact driver should be used for. But yet again, I've done it many times. Now, very important, we don't forget to close this off. So turn it on, you'll be like, what the hell just happened? And then all of a sudden you'll look down, you have an extra part, and I got. And then that is about where it was before. So, carburetor is done. I'm going to take a look back. Let's do it together. At this. This should be a OEM fuel pump. Yeah. My concern was that it's for a much larger application. But I'm going to take a look at it. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not the correct one. So we have this extra port here. I'm not 100% sure what that is 104. Usually we have our pulse, we have our in or out, or however it might be reversed. But this one, it's escaping me at the moment what it's used for. So I think we're gonna have to find a new one. So a new one's on its way. I'm gonna return this one. It was purchased on Amazon. It does work though. There was fuel in there. So for the time being, at least for this purpose of the video, I'm just gonna show you how to replace it. And to replace it is very easy. The mounting's exactly the same. The new one has everything's exactly the same except this port's omitted. Boom, boom, connect your fuel line exactly where the other one came off, connect your other line exactly where the other one came off, connect your impulse line exactly where it came off, and that's it. It's quite simple. Just take a picture of it and put it on. Okay, so this is the part that can be truly aggravating. So the other carb does have gaskets, but this gasket looks fine. Fortunately, though, it does look like there's a little schmutz in there. Let's clean that schmutz off. There we go. And this little hook right here, make sure it has actual bend in it. If it doesn't, then put a bend in it. Sure, you're familiar with things like that, having bends. This little bar is kind of annoying. Where top of the carb that has the little plastic piece, or if yours is missing, then it's the furthest one out. Smaller one, or the one closest on the inside, is where your spring. And that is not helpful at all. This little drain hose is kind of in my way. think we got it. Okay. Kind of. There's our spring. There we go. Man, this thing's dirty. Kind of freaking me out about the dust, but so far the intake port looks just fine. Okay. We got our linkages done. There we go. So the next one is going to be our other linkage. That one's simple. That just goes like this. Goes inside this little cutout. Boom, done. Make sure it works. Looks like it does. So this is a tricky part. I don't really know how to show you and have me see. A lot of this isn't actually being viewed, but basically we have to shove this with the screws out a little bit through these holes and then line up the carb, and the carb lines up to the engine. Like I said, it's not the most amazing of processes. Let's see. Carburetor's not lining up. Okay, actually, I forgot to connect the fuel line, so we're going to do that now. Because I don't want to forget that with the cover on. There we go. That fuel line actually wasn't horrible to begin with, so we're going to continue. Let's see if I can do it with the fuel line on now. Probably not. Make sure everything else is good. Appears to be. This is without a doubt the worst part of this design. There we go. Got that one in. It's easier if you look from the side, because then you can kind of see where it is. The unfortunate part about it is, though, when you get one side in, it kind of jacks up the other one a little bit. Yet again, I'm going to struggle through this one. Oh boy, do I feel foolish. This little piece for the crank vent was causing all the issues. Needs to go behind this bracket. Didn't notice until it was too late, but got that gone. And we just need to connect this. Like so. Right on there. Okie dokie. So fuel system on this 101. You're not going to get any fuel until you pull on it a few times. So to make it easier, I'm going to put a little fuel down the throat of the carb with the choke off. Let's make sure the choke works. Yep. And then it should, with the motion of the engine and the pump starting to work with through the pulsing of the engine, it should start pumping fuel. Eventually that fuel will go to the carb. But if you don't have any fuel, you're just going to have to pull on it a few times. We're back. We have some brake parts cleaner here. Anything flammable will do. Choke is off, I think. Let's make sure. Yeah, off. Now, let's just give it a pull and hopefully it will stay running. We might have to do this 1 or 2 times. Is there? That's the on. Okay. Where's my can? Okay. I think we're gonna put the air filter on so it's running appropriate, and I don't want to ingest of its current disgustingness anywhere around it. And I'm gonna double check the oil again. I know it does have oil, but I just want to double check it since it ran a little bit, and we'll do a test on it. So we have a 1500 watt heat gun connected to it. This is 2300 watts rated, so that's going to be pretty decent. And we also have a kilowatt. What we're going to hope for is roughly about 61 and a half or so hertz, maybe 62. And when I put the draw on there, I don't want to see it go much under 59. I want to be in the high 59s ideally, or even ideally more than that, closer to 60. And if we're a little bit low, we'll adjust it. If not, we'll continue on. Let's see if we even need a choke. And don't forget, I know you're not supposed to have it connected. I get that. It's not on. Wow, that is a surprise right there. I'm very surprised though how that is. So it was a little bit low on idle, just doing nothing, which kind of had me concerned. But then I put a load on it, it instantly went to the appropriate 120 watts or 120 volts. That was kind of quite amazing, and it stayed in the 60 hertz range. 1500 watts is about 60% or so. So there's that. That's kind of crazy. I don't think I want to change it at all. And it looks like my neighbor's dog got loose. Anyway, I think we're good to go. With the exception of that fuel pump, which I'll install later, this machine is up and running and ready to go. If you like what you see, keep watching, subscribe, definitely leave a comment below. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If this helped you out, leave a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. I'll catch you on the next one. You have a good night.